Once you've set your rosters for the game, you can officially begin scorekeeping. So you'll notice that this is the main interface of the game where you select your plays one by one. So if we break down the different types of plays, we can start with pass play. So on a pass, there are three different main possibilities. One is a completed pass, the second is an incompleted pass, or an incomplete pass I should say, and then third is an intercepted pass. So by toggling from one to the other, it will give you the list of possibilities based on that play outcome. So as we scroll a little bit further down, you'll see that in the main area right below those, you see 6 different values. So one is the gain of the play, and that's if, depending on the yards entered, which we'll get to in a sec, that's updated in real time. So that's the gain. The second is air yards. So that's done by moving this light blue bulb, which is essentially for leagues that want to track air yards, which gives you a plethora of data and statistics that you can share on your site, but not all leagues will opt to use it. But if you do, you can drag that light blue ball to basically denote where the pass was caught by the receiver, and that will track air yards. And then finally, that darker blue bulb at the bottom will enter where the play ended. So for instance, if it's right on the 15, then you'll see that there's a 10-yard gain with 5 yards through the air and then 5 yards after the catch. And then the second row of data you'll see there is where there's the breakdown of the different yardage. So you'll see that it started at the own 5, it was caught at the own 10, and then ends at the 15. And then any button that you see next to them will be able to update stuff in real time. So for instance, if I want to move the air yards up by 1 or 2, it will bump the entire play up. And then if I want to bump the after catch, then you'll see now I've bumped it up to a 14-yard gain, 7 and 7, and you'll see that the yardage is updated as well. So that's the first level, which is entering yards. Then there's the pass direction. So for leagues, again, that want to offer the more detailed analytics in their stat table, they can actually enter the direction of the pass, so left, center, or right. We also have a swap ends feature that you see here right below the field. So what that does is for the scorekeeper, just to improve the experience, if you're scorekeeping and the team A is going from left to right, then you can of course modify that to match the same direction on the app, just to make your life a little bit easier. Then you see some toggles there for first down gained, for a touchdown of course, and then if there's a penalty at the end of the play. And finally, there's the player section. So this is where you actually attribute the stats or yardage to the players. So unfortunately here in my example game there are no images, but typically you'll see the player images in the avatar circle along with their jersey number. So for instance, number 12, number 15, and so on and so forth, they'll be arranged in numerical order. So you can attribute anything to anyone. So for instance, if Mark here is the quarterback and the pass was caught by Michael, and then the flag was pulled by Franco on the other team. So you'll notice that unfortunately you don't see the players here, but in the tackle section, this is team B, essentially the defensive team, whereas team A, you'll notice, has the same names for quarterback and receiver. So that's for a completed pass. Now for an incomplete pass, you'll notice that the ends, third bulb disappears because the play is not ending anywhere. It's an incomplete pass, but you could still enter in air yards. So if you want to track how far the pass attempt was and the direction of the pass for an incompletion, you absolutely can still do that. As you'll notice, you cannot gain a first down or touchdown on an incomplete pass, so that's grayed out. And then you can enter the quarterback, the receiver who was targeted, of course, and then if there was any player who had a pass breakup or defended by, you can attribute that as well. And then at the very end, if there was a drop on the play, if it was a QB throwaway, or if the ball was batted down at the line of scrimmage, you can identify that as well before saving the play. And then finally for an interception, same idea. You can track the air yards. You can obviously attribute a touchdown if it's a pick 6. You have your quarterback, your defensive player who intercepted the ball, and if anybody defended the pass or basically deflected it, leading to the interception, you can attribute that as well. What we do not track at this moment is the interception return yard. So you'll notice there's still only 2 bulbs at the top here. There is no yardage entered for the defensive player at the moment. So that's basically the rundown of where you would enter a pass play. So either a completion, an incompletion, or an interception. And of course, at the very end, you just hit save play.